It is 10 p.m. Central African Time. You're watching The Globe on SABC News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Simpio and go on it. Now, this story leads. South Africa's Women Minister in the Presidency, Bathabile Dlamini, has told the Commission on the Status of Women that there's still much to be done to dismantle the system of patriarchy in the country. Dlamini is leading the South African delegation amongst over 10,000 delegates to this year's event, focused on social protection system, access to public services and sustainable infrastructure for women and girls.
She lauded her government's efforts towards the emancipation of women in adopting a comprehensive social protection system that is both transformative and redistributive for women and girls, but acknowledged that stumbling blocks remained.
Our history shows that our policy advances on women's empowerment and gender equality was as a result of women's hard-won battles and sacrifices. Unfortunately, there is still much more to be done to dismantle the system of patriarchy. South African society is built on the constitution that embeds democratic values, social justice, fundamental human rights, equality, and human dignity. Our Bill of Rights guarantees access to healthcare services, sexual and reproductive health and rights, sufficient food, water, social security, and social assistance.
Earlier, the minister also participated in a panel discussion with Scandinavian countries on social protections that looked in particular at the question of paternity and maternity leave. In Finland, for example, mothers can start their maternity leave 7 weeks before the estimated due date, and the government then covers an additional 4 months of paid leave through a maternity grant while offering 2 months paternity leave. In Norway, both parents are entitled to 46 weeks at full salary or 56 weeks at 80% of the salary. Similar in Denmark, where parents get 52 weeks, an entire year of paid parental leave.
Issues of power.
The minister then reflected on her own country's provisions.
Men have 10 days paternity leave, and women have a 6 months maternity leave. And I've heard that other countries divide that 6 months into 2. And our responsibility is to go back home and push back the frontiers.
In addition, a strong focus on female small business owners and the empowerment of women through infrastructure and the economy.
Women cannot rely only on social protection. They need to be empowered, and in this particular case, as a Minister of Small Business Development, one of the reasons why I am here is basically to say to the women, it is possible for them, firstly, to understand the economy of their own country, the economy of the world. Secondly, we need to pull out women to be able to be entrepreneurs, be in the entrepreneurship space. Thirdly, we must also empower these women to be able to start their own businesses, to run their own cooperatives. But it all starts with ensuring that there is correct infrastructure that supports women.
The Commission concludes its work on March 22nd. Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.